Hello, ladies. I am Chad Kincaid with That Grape Juice, and it is a pleasure to have Bresha Webb and Corbin Reid here today with us from the great show that is on STARZ currently, Run the World. Ladies, how are you today?
So good.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm currently coming to you live virtually from Harlem right now, so there's a connection with the show and all this, the scenic take and everything from the show is just like, oh, I know that place. Oh, I've been there before. So let's get right into this. Your characters, Renee Ross, Sandy Hill. Renee, she is a firecracker. She is driven. She gives us the laughs, while our Sandy Hill is the Southern Belle and, pursuing her education. How did these roles come your way?
So many different ways. Where do we start? I auditioned. I heard about this. My team showed me the breakdown of the character, and they were like, "We've been looking for something really great for you, and we think we found it." And the description read Chihuahua and heels, and I said, "Oh my God, are they talking about me?" Her name's Renee. My middle name's Renee. She's a Taurus, so am I. There was just so many similarities. I have a Chihuahua. I wear heels because I'm only 5'2". It's all across the board.
Right.
So one of my favorite shows growing up was Sex and the City, and of course, Living Single, and all of these elements were brought into this. So I was already on board. I just needed them to say yes. So I showed up as Renee, and I left as Renee, and I got the part. And yeah, I'm just so grateful that I get to play Renee Ross and live out my dream and play this amazing character that I learned so much from. She gives me so much to just play a character like this, to quit a job and quote Maya Angelou, like, please tell me where does that happen? But yeah, and to be a part of this sisterhood and my, sisters that I have in this cast, and, and to work with Lee Davenport and Yvette Lee Bowser every day, and to be a part of this is incredible. So that's how it came about. I guess that's a short version.
Yeah, thank you. As well as you, Corbin?
Yeah, so similarly to Bresha, I auditioned for the project. I had been writing, I had just written and directed my first short film, and I was trying to find a project that I really felt like accurately spoke to the Black experience.
Right.
I felt kind of a little bit frustrated and exhausted from feeling like if it's not trauma porn, it's not like exploiting our pain in some way, with like slavery or drug deals, then you're playing someone's best friend, or you're playing like, I don't know, a detective that just is like at work and you don't get to see the complexities of their lives. It's like when I read this script, it was every single woman was written with nuance and with the complexities that we are as Black women, and it just felt like I knew them, like they were friends and they were family, and so I was like, I have to do this, and of course there were a couple women that I felt closer to than others, and I happened to test for Sandy and Ella and flipped back and forth between the two in my audition, and it was
really fun to watch. Really fun to watch. We were already
fun for them to watch. It was crazy for me too. I felt schizophrenic, but I was really, I was honored to be asked to do both, and so I went for it, and I, I ended up getting picked for the role that is honestly closest to me as a person. I like Sandy. I'm an intellectual, and I'm definitely like a nurturer to my friends and to my family members, and I'm an honest to a fault at times, and I treat my friends like they're my family, and so I'm very, very, Sandy and I had a lot in common in that way. So yeah, I feel like it was a very serendipitous sort of thing that came to me.
Right. So, Bresha, you mentioned the comparison, well, not really about Sex in the City. And when I see the four of you women, like the women of Sex in the City, which I've never watched because that was not my thing, but I love the show. And I think you, the four of you, are like ideals, goals as women on the outside, but you're complicated on the inside. So, go in, did you have that in the back of your mind? Did you even think about that? Or did you go in like, we are these four amazing women who are going to redefine and just create our own story for women, and also of course more specifically Black women? So what was that process going in your mind going into this project?
I mean, that's a lot to put pressure on yourself going into a project. I just wanted everything was on the page. And when we all did that test together, all four of us, and we cast, and it was Andrea, and Sandy Corbin and Amber and I, and we all did that scene together. It just felt magical. And it felt like, this feels right. This feels good. This feels right. And we just want to bring the most honest portrayal of these women and connect personally with them and just make it our own and just rock it. And all of that stuff will come. Right. For me, that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to represent this woman on page the best way that I could and put my heart and soul into it. And what people are finding and what people are getting and responding to is our heart and soul and our everything that we put into this. We did it during the pandemic in New York. We were all scared, because we didn't know what it was going to be or if we were going to finish or anything. So we all put so much of that in there, and we just did our best. And I'm just grateful that everyone is getting exactly what we put into it, which is our heart and soul.
Thank you. And you, Sandy?
I will say for me, the comparison didn't come immediately, but I think once we all got together, we definitely started talking about it. I mean, it's difficult not to think about it. It's four women. You have Patricia Fields, who's dressing us, who is obviously iconic and did the original, Sex in the City, and has done, Devil Wears Prada and a million other projects that are very fashion focused. And of course, you're in did I say you're in New York? I don't remember. But there are four of us. We have distinct personalities. There are some similarities, but there are also a lot of things that are just very unique to our show that have nothing to do with Sex in the City. I will say I am flattered by the comparisons that people are drawing. Lee Davenport has made this point over and over again. She's like, call us Sex and the City all you want. Make sure you give us, 8 seasons and 2, blockbuster movie deals, and like, we'll take it all day long.
And the L'Oreal and the Maybelline.
And the endorsement deals, and I'll take all of it. But I grew up on that show, and so it's a compliment. But I think, this is it. There are so many differences as well. So it definitely ran through my mind, but there were other shows that ran through my mind too. Like, of course, like The Living Single and Insecure and all these other shows that feel similar. I've even heard people be like, Girls. And I'm like, just whenever you have a show about women, that's women focused, written by women, it's easy to draw those comparisons.
And we're honored by all of them because they were all hits.
Iconic.
Right. So I could sit here for another hour and get into both of your stories, but let's generalize it in a way. So both Renee and Sandy, you are so in your career fields, you are so strong, so powerful. You see you in the boardroom, Renee, fighting for this position. You take your academic career very seriously, Sandy, and but then at the same time with Jason, you are showing such a softer side that you're having struggles with going through this divorce. And then also with Matthew, you are having the issue with, wanting to show your relationship. In your personal lives, how do you show that balance between being a very strong woman in your career fields and then I guess also being strong with your male friends or whatever? And where's that balance? What's that balance for you like?
And in our real lives? Mm-hmm. Well, in my real life, I just got engaged. So that's going very well. We both just got engaged.
Right.
Corbin just got engaged 6 months ago. I got engaged last weekend. I'm at the Four Seasons now because my fiance is a legend. But yeah, so I mean, it's awesome to be powerful in our careers and all of that, but if you cannot be yourself and like take it all off and just be Bresha from Baltimore, right, with your friends, with your loved ones, especially with the person that you in bed with, then what you doing? Mm-hmm. You know, and I feel like that's what this show really shows. It's like you see it on the outside and then you go in and Renee is trying so hard to make her marriage work, and behind the scenes, without her even knowing, her husband took her money.
Yeah.
You know, for her Apple stock. Mm-hmm. It can't work now because now she's expressed it to her friends. She's made up in her head that this is not going to work, but the hurt and the trauma of that, she hasn't even started to do the work. And with her, you know, the therapy session, she's just allowing us to see the hurt and the pain that goes with that, because her strong woman self and her boss bitch self won't even allow herself to crack. Right. So it's awesome to see a Black woman or just a woman in general show that vulnerability and show fear of like, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm not even confident in my career anymore. Like, I'm just going to just take a huge leap. I'm going to quit my job and my marriage is over. You know, so it's awesome to see. But in my personal life, I'm thriving. Right. And I just like to combine the two. Bresha is who you get. And I think Renee is going to have to get in that program as well.
Yeah, just, I mean, I think you got to pick a partner. Well, first of all, it's great to pick a partner that also has ambitions and is passionate about what they do, but you have to pick the right partner that also understands that you have the same goals and supports that. And I think, you know, all of these women are having their own issues within their relationships, but I do think they've genuinely picked people who want to see them win in their professional lives. And I mean, I personally am with someone who is like that and is ambitious and wants to see me win and is my biggest fan. And I think that really is, if you're an ambitious person, I think that's the key to having a healthy relationship, is like you support each other in that way and you always want to see each other win. And, you know, sometimes that your relationship's going to take a hit because there's got to be, you know, you can't have everything like in position number one at the same time. So it's helpful to have someone who understands that sometimes they're gonna have to take a back seat and then sometimes they get to be in the front seat. So, yeah, I think, and you see Sandy figuring that out as well. I mean, I think she's trying to thrive in her relationship with Matthew personally by being a pseudo stepmom to his daughter, which is a huge responsibility. And also being like his wifey, but she's not his wife, and running his home and, you know, moving in with him and giving up her place, which, you know, if you come this far and you're about to watch the finale, you see she didn't actually give up her place, which was genius, because there would have been no way out, right? Like, it's not like they're engaged and they're about to be married or anything. She needed to have that out. So I think you're about to see her figure out, you know, how to continue to ask for what she needs. And that's another huge part of just having it all, is, you know, constantly having open communication. And if you do feel like you're putting yourself in the backseat, being like, look, I need you, to your partner, I need you to do more. I need you to do better. I need you to help me out here and give me what I need too. So
yeah. It's all about compromise, but not compromising yourself.
Right.
That is key. Well, you beautiful ladies, Bresha Corbin, thank you so much on behalf of That Grape Juice for giving me your time and talking to me about this wonderful show, because I personally love this show. I wait every Sunday at 8:30 to watch this, and I'm like, I want seasons 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and go on. So I wish you both all the best. Your beauty is just like making me, you know.
You're
But
so beautiful. Thank you.
I adore all four of you, and I wish you all the best. And I'm looking forward to the season finale. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.